So look, unplanned, unscripted video, but I just felt like talking about this. We have a problem. Yesterday, there was a Nintendo Direct, and Nintendo announced some new things coming to Switch. Relatively good Direct, nothing too crazy, but you know, we had some Epic Mickey news. We had the news that a couple of rareware games were coming to Switch Online, amongst other announcements, and you know, not too bad. But if you lived in Japan, oh boy, did y'all have a good day yesterday. You may remember a while ago on this channel, I made a video called So Basically Earthbound, in which I basically explained what Earthbound was. And if you actually watch that video, then you'll have enough context for this video. But basically, Earthbound's a game that came out on the Super Nintendo in the 90s in America. But in Japan, it's a whole series, right? So there's the first game for the Nintendo Entertainment System, and then there's the second game for the Super Nintendo. Now, we here in America have both of these games on Switch Online, which is really cool because the first game never came out. But because they translated it, we got it. Granted, we only got it in like 2015, like how many years later, but we got it. There is another game in the Earthbound series. It's a trilogy of games, and in Japan it's called Mother 3. And it's arguably the best game in the series, and honestly one of the best video games I've ever played. But the problem here is that this game was never released in America. It came out in 2006 in Japan, and then for the longest time, that was it. That was all you got. It's been a meme on the internet for like the longest friggin' time that this game just could not get translated and released here if someone's life depended on it, because Nintendo just refused.
Come on, Reggie, give us Mother 3! How about this instead?
That changed because yesterday, for the Japanese Nintendo Direct, they announced this.
Mother 3はゲームボーイアドバンス、Nintendo Switch Online に本日追加。
Yeah, they announced that Mother 3 was coming to Switch Online only in Japan. Now, as you can imagine, Japanese players of the Switch are super happy, legitimately so, and Earthbound fans in America are fighting for our lives. Honestly, even just watching the trailer video that's announcing the port coming, it's so bittersweet because it's like, look, it's Mother 3, but it's on the Switch and it's an official release of this game. Now, that's not going to stop American players who have Japanese Switches from just playing the game in Japanese. But the main thing here is that a lot of people need to understand why they are so hesitant to bring this game to America. See, the reason why they were so easily able to bring Earthbound Beginnings onto the Switch in America and also the Virtual Console in 2015 for the Wii U was because an English translation of that game was made back when the game was in development. The plan was for that game to come out in America, but then for one reason or another, probably because the NES was at the end of its lifetime by that point, they just scrapped the game and they never dropped it. So they never released it, but again, that English translation did exist, and someone found it and like dumped the ROM of it, and then that's how we played it in English for the longest time until they dropped it on the Virtual Console for the Wii U. But in any case, that, as far as I know, didn't happen with Mother 3. There were never any plans to release Mother 3 in America, and as such, an official English translation was never made by Nintendo or Brownie Brown or HAL or any of the companies that were involved in making it. And so it is because of that's why they don't drop it, right? Because with Earthbound Beginnings, the work was already done. Like, someone back in the 80s or 90s translated that game, and they just did that. Us here in America, the way that we play Mother 3 is that, unfortunately, we have to emulate it, which Nintendo hates, but like, they don't give us a lot of options. And we have to use a translation patch created by these lovely people. Mind you, this translation patch is amazing. This is a fan translation of the game, but like, I think, to my knowledge, it's relatively accurate. So like, we have that to hold us over, but so yeah, technically that the emulation is there, but principally the only way you can play this game is by having access to the Japanese Nintendo eShop, which not everybody knows how to do. I'm a huge fan of this game, and they won't fucking drop it. Like, honestly, I'm thinking about it, like, Nintendo, how much money would it really cost for you to just take the version that the fans translated and just putting that on? I know they would never do that, but like, come on, how much could that really cost you? But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Pain. Just so much pain. I'm gonna try and go back to regular uploads soon, but I just wanted to talk about that. Hang in there, Earthbound fans. We'll get there eventually.